Hey.
Hi, Jan. Hi, Blue.
Hi, Blue. How are you? Good to see you. Blue, I just watched one of Blue's videos where she did I love hearing her talk because of her accent and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
she's a really cool
But
one.
I love how just things are just different. Like in the UK, if you haven't watched her video, she talks about how like
Go watch it.
at Christmas and at Easter, they put like all this produce on sale in all the stores really cheap. So she did a nice haul on what she got, and the prices were pretty reasonable price. So that was fun. That was fun to watch. So thanks, Blue.
If you guys are in here and you can hear the sound of my voice, will you please share this out on your community tab for whoever's channel you're in? I totally forgot to share because my phone is not keeping a charge. So I didn't even share this live myself. Oops.
I did. Well, I shared to a group of friends that we were going live, so
Yeah,
make sure.
that's cool.
I
I
was so
appreciate that.
bummed. I missed Susan's live today because I had to go. I have been sick, so I
Yeah.
had prescriptions to go pick up. I had things I
Yes.
had to get out and do, and so Susan, I'll catch the replay if you're out there.
Yeah, it
Welcome
was
in.
a nice chat with Blackberry Rock Homestead, and
Nice.
I think Luann gained a few new friends out of it, so that's really awesome.
That's great.
Heather, hi Heather.
Hey, Heather.
So
I saw she got her truck fixed, huh? I'm glad it
yeah,
wasn't a bad fix because I know how that could just be terrible.
yeah, it can be very, very expensive when
Yeah.
things break on your vehicle. These
Yeah.
days, everything's expensive, but yeah, car repairs
Yep.
are bad.
Yep. Between car repairs and plumbing issues. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we actually have a floor that's going to need to be replaced in our main bathroom. So
Me too.
I'm very, very concerned about that. And the floors are making noise, and I don't even want to have anybody over. It looks so bad. It's embarrassing. I hate it. I hate it.
I know. We're the people who lived here, they put in these like half-inch little tile squares and rectangles, and it's like a puzzle piece, and they're just all coming out. And so we got to fix it, but the subfloor may be a problem. And in my area, I don't know about anybody else, but like in my area, people don't want to come out and they don't want to do the job because it's not big enough. Do you know
Mm,
what I mean? And then they
I've heard of
charge
that
you,
too.
and
I
then
share.
they want to charge you an arm and a leg to get it fixed. And I'm like, no.
Yes.
Hey, welcome in, Tell Us Treasures.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a big deal, though. I mean, to me, because like when I
Yeah.
go to take a bath or a shower, or even I've actually caught myself, because during the day I use that bathroom all day, but at night I use that one in the bedroom. When we're,
Right, right.
but I catch myself going in the bedroom to use the bathroom. I'm like, well, maybe if I use this bathroom more and walk on it less, it'll be a little bit less before, we'll get a little more time before we have to fix this floor. Hi,
Yeah.
Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
So,
We're talking about bathroom floors and how we both need to replace our bathroom floors.
yeah, it looks bad too. And it doesn't ever look clean. Like I even swept it and bleach mopped it and everything. And it just don't look, and I feel like dirt is coming in through the cracks somehow. I don't
Well,
know.
it's probably
But it's really bad. I don't want to have anybody over right now.
is it a tile floor or is it linoleum or
Not tile, some kind of
it's
tile.
probably the old like the what is it called? The mortar or whatever it is that they used. It's probably just coming up through.
Yeah. I get scared that I'm like gonna fall through the floor, like
Yeah.
either going to the bathtub or sitting on the toilet. Can you imagine sitting on the toilet and the floor goes out from underneath you?
No, well,
That's the
no.
kind of thoughts I have. Bad, 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 bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Who did we miss that came in?
Heather, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms, Tammy, Mountain Grandmas, Jen,
And
Cher, your sister.
Yep. Okay. That's
Treasures.
okay.
Has your sister put out any more videos?
No.
Hey,
Tell her.
you need to put out some videos. You got 1 year, honey, to get monetized. Get on it. Get on it. Get on it, girl. Start,
Her
start ablazing, you know. Try to talk your sister into going live with you so she could start off her live hours right away.
all
Okay.
right.
I
Do you
have
want to come join us, Sherry, one Wednesday afternoon? Since you're here, you want to come join us, and we'll let you talk about Tell Us Treasures and how all that got started.
That's a great idea.
Let's set up a date there, sissy.
Yeah, because I
No
had
pressure.
4 years on YouTube, because I
I
spent
know.
4 years on YouTube. I like have knowledge, and I've started channels and not gone through with the channels, deleted channels, blah blah
Right.
blah blah. I'm
Right.
only running 2 channels. FYI, Gail Southern Living Broken Hearts Ministry. I have one more channel out there, and it is a backup plan in case YouTube ever takes me down.
Yeah.
And change the name of that channel and start from that point forward. It's a
Yeah.
backup only.
You
I'm not
know
doing
what?
anything over there.
I have to tell you, yesterday, for the very first time this happened, I was uploading my video on the garden tour. And for the first time, it was asking me if any part of my video or anything had any IA in it, AI in it. And I was like, no.
I dig it.
So, because I don't use, the only thing I use AI for is maybe to help me create a thumbnail. But my videos, me speaking, all that is myself. I don't use it. Maybe it's like hashtags, but anybody can come up with a hashtag name, not just AI. Do you know what I mean?
Hello, the Bud Files. Welcome in.
Hi, Bud Files, welcome in.
Yeah,
So,
I think just to on thumbnails, well, hashtags, just keep them catchy where people can remember.
right,
You know,
right.
you
I
can
just think there's so many
simple.
creators out there that are using AI now that,
I haven't
um,
used it yet.
you know,
I'm always usually last on the bandwagon for everything. Like I resisted
right. I agree,
cell
Blue.
phone thing for a long time because I really didn't want to be that available to anybody.
Yeah.
But my sister was working for a cell phone company. And so I went over there and bought a phone from her. And that's where it all started. Hello,
Yeah.
Suburban Hillbilly. Welcome in.
Hey, I hope your dog's gonna do well. I'm sorry to hear that, Suburban Hillbilly.
Yes, I currently have a
Thanks
sick
for.
kitty myself. So
She
I'm
still
totally,
isn't better, Gail?
she's alive. She doesn't leave the living room.
That's odd. I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry.
So
Yeah,
it's
my
very concerning, and I pray
sure.
for her.
Is she eating and drinking water?
Yes, I have physically put my hands on her and prayed for her. I've
Did
had
you?
other people pray for her. Literally, she's like my baby, my child. She's like,
Of course. Of
and so
course.
I just, she still climbs up on my lap. Like, I have this crazy process, and I'm sure you can picture it. I'm sitting down on the floor at the coffee table, and I'm sorting T-shirts while we're watching TV. Usually, like Hell's Kitchen or
Mm-hmm.
maybe Young Sheldon or something like that. And I'm like small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, right? And I have my piles, and then I put them in Ziplocs and I label them for the ministry, right?
Okay.
And she climbs up, and I usually put a blanket there,
Mm-hmm.
and she sits on my lap while I'm sorting through things. So that's
Wow.
what I do. And then she'll jump up and sit in my lap sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
She's just not herself.
I wonder if she got bit by something, Gail. Have you, I mean, because I know and because they have fur, it's hard to tell whether or not. I don't know if you really have like
She's been to the vet.
Have you dug into her fur to see anywhere if she's been bit by something that you just
Mm,
maybe don't recognize? Like, because I know, like, one time with my dog, I'm like, what's
well,
wrong with my dog? And I
it
couldn't
would
figure it
have to
out.
be indoors because she is an indoor cat.
Hmm.
She doesn't go outside at all.
Okay.
Just she's indoors, and yeah, yeah. And I don't even really like talking about it because I'm just
Okay.
keep telling her, I just keep telling her not to. Don't die. Don't die.
Well,
And uh,
we'll get off the subject of animals
yeah,
because
yeah.
um,
It's a. Ooh,
Suburban Hillbilly will be praying, and we'll continue to pray
yes.
for
Well,
her
I will
kitties.
say a prayer for you because I know what that's like. I'm going through the same thing, kind of stuff right now, and um,
And that's my sister just went through that, and that's what sparked her business. And my mom and dad just did that decision with Daisy Doodle. They had to put her down. So
yeah,
let's lighten up the stuff. How's that sound?
yes, definitely. Let's do that.
Did you hear about the Italian chef that died?
No.
He pasta away.
Oh,
Okay, that's funny. Do you have a joke?
yeah.
Okay, let me hear yours.
Okay. Why couldn't the sesame seed leave the gambling casino? Because he was on a roll.
Ah, that's so funny. There was one I wanted to read to you, but then I read the punchline. I'm like, nah, I can't. That's not okay.
I, I
That
was
was like
sure I
that was
didn't pick
not.
the same subject you did. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to look at food, and I was
Oh,
just,
I'm doing cooking. That's so funny. We both changed it to tell each other. That's so funny.
yeah, that's,
Why did the pastry chef get arrested? Anybody? For baking and entering.
oh man. Hi, McKay.
Hey, McKay. How about one more? You want to end it? That's a good one.
Um, yes. Let's see. Let me do this one. What did the buffalo say when his kid left?
Why do I feel like I've heard this one?
What did the buffalo say when his kid left? Bye, son. Bison. Bison.
Oh,
Bye.
Vice, that's it. Hey, P&J, welcome in. We're doing our silly jokes.
Yas.
I think it's just a great way to just liven up the things, don't you?
My husband has started sending me them now. He watches
That's
these
funny.
three men who are sitting in a deer stand in full camo, and the one in the middle tells the jokes, and the other two are laughing like little girls. I mean, it
That's
is so
funny.
funny. And
That
then,
is.
but I could only listen to so much of it, because it's
Yeah.
like the giggling, men
Yes.
giggling. I don't know
Yes.
if women giggling is as annoying as men giggling, but
Well, you know,
over and over and over.
that's so funny.
And he just plays them. And so now he started to send me. Today was the first time he sent me those jokes, since he knew I was writing them down and calling them out on lives.
I like that. Tell him thank you.
Yeah. So
Thank
the
you for that.
bison,
That's really great.
the bison was one of the ones from him. The
I
seven
like that one.
I looked up myself.
That's funny. I know. I just searched and left my phone open so I could read. That one was pretty bad though. I was like, I'm not reading that one. That had a
Uh,
little. Yeah. Do you have any shout outs, Gail?
I do.
Do you want to shout out now or should we talk about something else?
Yeah. Let's start with the shout outs.
All right.
Hi, Troy.
Hey,
Troy Sutton.
yeah,
Welcome.
and just so you know, we shout out channels, guys, that hopefully you don't know of them, or maybe you have, maybe, maybe help them go watch a video, give them some hours, maybe hit a subscribe button or anything. That's why we give shout outs, because we want to give back to those who have helped us as well.
Yes. So if we have a moderator as we talk about these channels, if you would put up the links, that would be really awesome.
Yeah, that would be great.
We've had in our chats pretty consistently Rob's Allotment Gardening.
Yes.
About 4,100 people on his channel. He does gardening and he's over in the UK.
Yep.
So if you're not friends with Rob's Allotment Gardening, if you will go by and check out his channel, I wanted to give him a shout out for always being in our lives. And he'll probably end up showing up at some
He
point
will.
today.
He will.
So
I
thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much, Rob. We appreciate you. And I'm going to try to remember to go back and put the links for these channels and the things. So, but yeah, go by and check out Rob. He's pretty cool. Let me tell another joke while you're looking down. Have you
Okay.
ever heard of those chocolate record players?
No. See, I feel like we need to be doing that, like one of the game shows.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of those chocolate record players? It's pretty sweet.
Oh, how cute. That's a cute one. Did your husband send you that one?
That was the one for my husband, too.
That's really cute.
There was another one, but it kept replaying, and I only caught 2 out of the 3 that it did. So
that's cute. I have
thank you, Jan.
I have a shout out here. My first one goes to Gail's husband. It's Taz Adventures. He does a lot of scriptural reading, and I was up on his site today. I subscribed, didn't realize I was not subscribed to him. He's got about 254 subs there, but he does a lot of different things too. Go check him out. He's a really great guy, and it's Gail's husband.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah,
super cool. Thank
he
you
is.
so much. I have to
You're
tell
very welcome.
You named him here. I also wanted to call out Tuber Chat Connect and Grow.
Yes.
He does come into these. He has came into these lives before.
Yes, he has.
Though he is a pretty good sized channel, it's a great way to make new friends. So if you're looking to try to grow your YouTube channel, go into Tuber Chat, read the description box of the live. It tells you how to make new friends. So basically, you go in, you say hi, you go over to a channel, you watch a video, throw one in your watch later list, and do all the buttons and clicks and all that. Come back to the chat and find another person. And you keep doing that. That's basically the purpose of Tuber Chat. They also exchange playlists, which is highly controversial, but I believe in exchanging playlists.
Yeah.
You just might want to talk about it on email instead of on YouTube. That's my opinion.
Right.
Did you have
I have another shout out. And this is Joe Fix It For You. He's another small channel of about 260. He does a lot of different things on his channel. I think he's the husband of Ginger for Not For Nothing Homestead.
Yeah, he is. I got to meet him at the Pinecone Fest meetup last year.
Okay. So fun channel. You might want to go check him out. That was, I think he does a lot of different things as well. So
great shout out.
Do you have any more?
Yes, I do.
Me too.
I would like to shout out Sassy Southern NC Girl. She has 684 friends on her channel. She is originally from North Carolina, but she lives in Kentucky. She actually does paper crafting. And I've talked to her on the phone before. Jen is a super, super sweet lady. She's a nice Christian lady. She does awesome crafts. She's actually a member of Gail's Southern Living. And I try to go over there and support her some, even though she's in a different genre as my other channel. I try to go over there and give her some support.
Okay.
She makes a lot of stuff. She's really cool. You can learn a lot of really good crafts from her. Please go check out Jen with Sassy Southern NC Girl.
NC what?
NC Girl. Sassy Southern NC Girl. Yep.
Well, I have another shout out. This person actually I've already talked about, and she is here. She's from the UK, and that's Blue Self-Reliance. She's always in our lives. She always comes over to me and it watches my videos, always leaves a kind, heartfelt comment. If you don't know who Blue is, go check her out. She's the one who did the mushroom ketchup that I still want to try. But
Yeah.
yeah, go check her out. She's just such a kind person.
Yes, she is. Blue is awesome. Super
So
sweet. Also another channel I wanted to shout out. She also joins the Fall Fest every year, and that's Crazy Crafter Adventures. She's another paper crafting channel. She's
okay,
actually been to some meetups. I think she might have even met Simply Jan Homestead. Her name is Addie, and she has 553 friends on her channel. She makes paper cards live, and she'll show you making one, and then she'll give that one away and send it to you, and you could mail it out to someone.
nice.
Handmade card. So she's really super talented. Addie is such a sweet lady. If you guys would go check out Crazy Crafter Adventures, and that's crazy with a K. I believe Crafter might be with a K as well. Crazy
Yeah,
Crafter Adventures. But Addie is a
nice.
super sweet lady, and I just thought of her this week and wrote and decided to write her name down.
That is so wonderful. Let's give a welcome to Mary King Hobbies and More, Gail. She just
Hi,
came on
Mary.
in.
Hi. How are you? How are you doing, Mary?
Good to have you, Mary. Now, this next shout out, I know we have shouted her out before. Guys, I just can't say enough too about this next channel, and that's McKay.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
She
She's all
is
over my comment section on
me
both
too.
channels.
Me too.
So she,
Go show McKay some love, guys. She's only at 200 and why did I not? It's under 300 and she shows country living. Yeah, I was watching a video of her just, we all love watching um, farm animals just out in the pasture, cows, whatever they are, buffalo, but whatever. Go check her out. I enjoy her so, and she always leaves a heartfelt comment as well. So we appreciate you, McKay. Thank you for your continued support. And that's the last one today that I have for a shout out. I mean, I could do more, but I think four is good. Do you have any more?
I wrote down two more.
Ah, there's McKay now.
I texted one of my friends and I asked them if they had any shout outs. That's before I got my brain fully going
Yes.
as to who I wanted to do. And so I had already wrote some down and then she sent me some. So here's two of the ones she sent me. The Barefoot Gang.
Never
They,
heard of that one. So
I need to make sure I'm subscribed to. I think I am. 691 friends on their channel. I believe it's a typical homesteading channel.
okay.
Barefoot Gang
Uh-huh.
and Simply Jan Homestead put their name up. Barefoot Gang.
Oh,
I asked her before I could come up with ideas myself.
okay. Thanks, Jan.
And also Leonard Mountain Homestead, 490 friends on their channel. Looks like they're about to hit their 500 milestone. So please go by and check them out. Tell them that Gail and Tina sent you over from this live. And Leonard Mountain Homestead, Leonard spelled Lenard, Leonard Mountain Homestead. That's all of mine for today.
Oh, awesome, Tammy. Thank you. McKay, you got a new friend there. Tammy's awesome. You'll enjoy Tammy. You got to go if you go over to her page, go listen to Tammy sing. Just it's so much fun to listen to her, especially her and her husband too. But I enjoyed those videos.
Love it when they put out
Don't
new
you?
videos.
They
I
are
love
just
it
the
when they.
cutest together.
Oh, the Mary, did you know that is so good? If you haven't heard
Yeah.
it, I know it's not Christmas, but that Mary, did you know? Actually, that's in my Christmas playlist.
Awesome.
And also the Vineyard Chicks. I have some of their songs in there too. I also
Okay.
have the Vineyard Chicks CD. But yes, I'm a huge Mountain Grandma fan and Mountain Grandpa and their music. So,
Yeah,
Mary, did you know? I love that.
I know, right?
My husband has this really cool guitar solo that's on playing on there. So
Yep.
if you like that kind of stuff, go check out Mountain Grandma. Super cool.
Let me tell you something. You want to hear something really cool? So two things have happened. My husband was watching YouTube under his own profile. We each have our own profile here in the house. and he was watching his. And when whatever he was watching ended and went to like a commercial, guess whose video was in the next queue? Mine. Mine was in his queue to come and watch. And he did. Of course he did. And then I don't know what day I turned on the TV to go to my YouTube channel, and at the very top, Gail, it said recommended for you, and it was you and I together in one of our lives, and it was recommending our video as a live to go watch.
Yeah.
So I thought that was I know Suburban Hillbilly says that song makes her cry.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love that one. And we just got through watching some Bible type things on TV where it was showing part of Mary's story. And I always
Okay.
feel for her, like, I can't imagine knowing your son's fate. But I mean, she got lots of years with him before, before that happened, but still
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. Hey, Beverly Moffat, welcome in. Glad you're here. So Gail and I are going to be doing, I think we're getting our little niche down here on our Wednesday lives. What do you think, Gail, about that?
I think so. I think we're getting our little process going. Hello, Beverly
Yeah.
Moffat. Welcome in.
Oh, P&J, welcome in. So today what we're going to do, we did our shout outs, we did our jokes, and this is something that we're going to start doing. Today, Gail and I have a list of pantry items or those staple items we feel that should be in your pantry. Now, mind you, we know there's going to be some of the same old things, but she may have something and I may have something that maybe nobody thought of or that I didn't think of. And then we talked about it and agreed that from those items, starting next week, we're going to pull those items in a virtual way, okay? And create a recipe to share with you. So hopefully we will be able to teach you more like budget friendly meals and just be a little bit more frugal using your pantry items. So, is that right? Yep.
Yeah.
Right, Gail?
Yeah.
So that's kind of you too. Thanks for coming in. So that's kind of where our thinking went to. And I thought, I know there may be stuff out there, but it doesn't have a Gail and a Tina spin on it. So we'll see what we can do with it.
Yep.
So I made a list of pantry items. I know Gail's made a list of some pantry items. And I'm paraphrasing this that I found. It says, so basically, in order to start, take an inventory of what you have to help see what you have. And it'll also not only show you what you have, but it will show you things that maybe you're not going to buy again because it wasn't something that the family liked or that you were head over heels over with it, but there's still something in your pantry like that. But okay, I'm never going to buy this again. Scratch it off the list. So number one, take an inventory of what you have in your pantry, even your freezers. I do that every year when I start the Three Rivers Challenge every January.
I know every year when it happens in January, February, I'm never ready. So I need to put a reminder on my phone in December to like start preparing for that video.
Yes.
Right away.
Yeah.
My brain is still in Christmas mode.
I know.
My brain ready for this because it is something you need to do at the beginning of the year.
So what if we started making a inventory list now and checking how many, if you can be this discipline of what you have in the account, and every time you use something, you put a little scratch, like, and it helps you count down what you've pulled and used. Maybe so you're not like going to the store weekly or however you do your shopping and you're like, oh, I need this. And then you get home and go, why did I buy this? I have 5 sitting here.
I know. When I did my freezer clean out for the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, the freezer clean out 24, I realized I had 3 different things of Canadian bacon. Had no clue.
See, but I also, aside from my pantry, but I also do stockpile stuff as well.
Hmm.
So I do put that stuff back. So if I bought something, well, oh, I already have enough that I can use, then I'll put that one back because it has a further date on it, right? So
Yes.
I'm not going to beat myself up, but just trying to keep the costs down so much. Just, I mean, everybody knows when you go to the store nowadays, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
$100 worth of food is maybe one bag, maybe two if you're lucky, depending on where you shop. So,
Yeah. Hubby did raise the grocery budget last year, and I was so happy because I was like, I'm having a hard time getting stuff for this amount now. But he raised it
I
up.
know.
So he doubled it. So that was really good because, I can get more items to stay
Yeah.
stocked up. And I actually have, this sounds really crazy, but I'm trying to follow the plant paradox healthy eating plan.
Okay.
I actually have a menu on my refrigerator of what we're supposed to have every day. Now, we do sometimes deviate from that, but I can look up there and say, okay, Sunday is pizza, Monday is meatloaf, Tuesday is tacos, and it goes on from there.
Yeah.
And some days are more miscellaneous, just like whatever, but
Right. Right.
it's pretty easy to come up with what you need if you can look at your refrigerator and see what
Right.
your basic plan is. And hubby knows when he comes home that day, okay, this is spaghetti day or this is taco day. He's like, oh,
Right.
my husband said yesterday, oh, I forgot it was Tuesday. We're having tacos.
Right. Right. I
So,
know. One of the things I want to just PJ, I've done that myself. Like you make the list and then you forget to scratch it off, right?
mhm.
Um I do. Yeah, Jamie, I'm actually gonna start really. Do you hear my dog? She's sleeping and having a nightmare, so she's crying.
Yeah, here's something. Yeah.
That's my Ella Bella. She's having a bad dream. Um, that's I used to shop the sale ads all the time. I kid you not. My grandmother taught both my sister and I, and we would call my grandmother on the phone. My sister would because there was one ad she didn't get that my sister got, and we would say what was on sale, what are you looking for, and then on Wednesdays, now mind you this was years ago when our kids were little, I would go pick my grandma up on Wednesdays and we would go hit all the grocery store sale ads when they would start and stock up. So I'm very thankful that was my influence in my life on how to stock up, and I'm going to get
Yeah,
back to that. I've pulled away from it, and I think it's an important skill to have is to learn how to shop the sales ads. Um,
definitely.
I got out of the habit of it because I didn't think. Um, Also, I wanted to just say if you're doing your pantry and get it organized. I need to go through mine again and get it organized. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Dollar Tree has really great things to help organize your pantry with. So check them out. Go up on Pinterest, right? Go
Yeah,
look and
you see
get
my freezer
ideas.
clean out where I set the tripod up on the counter. You can look straight into my freezer. I have compartments for different
Yes.
items.
Yes.
Now, I need to go back and label those because I like to know all the chicken, all the beef, all the pork, all the fish is all. I need to go in and make labels and laminate them. And somehow it's kind of hard to stick things in a freezer, but
Yes.
somehow I need to try to label all that to where I can, because I had it nice and organized. Now the fish has stayed really well over there, but some of the other labels have gone and things it would be nice to be able to pull out the drawer and say, okay, I need hamburger meat, I need chicken, I need pork chops or Canadian bacon, well, we don't ever need fish because we always have crappie in the freezer, but and chicken and
Yes.
have it all in one plastic container organized in the so I try to stay organized, but I need to get back and put my meat back where it goes because
So
that
do
way I
you
can tell what I need.
with your freezer, do you have an upright freezer? Do you have a freezer on top or side by side?
Freezer on top.
So you have a freezer on top. Okay. So well, like for a lot of my bulk stuff, I have like the chest freezers, the deep freeze. And what I used to do, maybe this can work for you, Gail. is you can get a list, laminate it, and just like kind of draw what the freezer looks like, and then do, if you're doing it by rows, go left to right, and like in the back. Do you know what I mean? And then make that list and put it up on top, if that
Mhm.
makes sense to you.
Yeah, and I think I actually need to add one more container there
Yeah.
for like frozen vegetables, like frozen mixed vegetables or broccoli are the most common
Yeah.
um, that we use, but mostly broccoli. We have a lot of
Yeah.
broccoli.
Blue says, and she pointed this out in her video the other day, if you go watch it, just how, just remember how when we were doing the Rona, the row, and people were just, I mean, come on, buying up everything, toilet paper, paper towels,
Yes.
everything. Um, just, be mindful of others. I always try to leave stuff there, you know. Look,
Yes.
look, like today I had to run errands. I had to go down the street to my local grocery store. I have two of them here. One is called Harris Teeter, one is called Giant. And I always try and see what meat do they have clearanced. And so the one chicken that I really like is called Purdue chicken,
Mhm.
and they had some chicken tender strips, clearance. It was $3 off the pack. So I picked up that. That's a good idea, Blue. I have a list of on each cupboard and fridge.
Hi, Rob. We did a shout out for you
Yep.
earlier today.
Yep, Rob, you got shouted out. So hopefully you'll get some new friends over on your channel. So Gail gave you a great big shout out, and we're glad to see you. We knew we'd see you too because we had
Yeah,
talked about it.
yeah. You've been coming into these lives pretty consistently, so we want to
Yeah,
make sure we gave you a
we
shout out.
we appreciate you. Today we're talking about pantry staples, how to organize a pantry, keeping a running inventory of your items. I fail at that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too.
I need to be better, but maybe by doing this, we're going to hold each other accountable. And those who are participating, this would be a great collab.
Hmm.
Um, Maybe those who are in that are going to start doing this that you haven't, or you just need that little motivation. Maybe y'all can join us and we can get back and just hold each other accountable and encourage each other to do this. So,
I don't know why my hair's sticking up today. I was outside
no,
breaking
you're not. Your
leaves.
hair's not. It
What
looks fine.
it was, I just laid it back down. I was outside raking. I feel like I don't know. It just started sticking up after that. But
We're talking about in your home, Rob, like where your pantry is in your home, like where you keep your food. Um, like what's your staple items that you keep in your home to cook with, or that you have. So, Gail, I kind of broke this down into categories, maybe so you and I could go through this in a way. How about oils?
I did have oils down on my list too. I
Yep,
wrote
that's why. Let's start with oils. What oils do you have listed? And I'm gonna check them off if we match.
butter, olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil.
We have three of those. I didn't put butter under oil. I put that under.
Well, it's a fat. It's an
It
oil.
is.
No, yeah.
So I know now people don't yell and scream. I know, but I wrote because some people can't afford avocado oil, olive oil. So I also added canola oil.
I have that for frying fish because when you're using something where you got to fry a lot of it, I like to have that. So I have that too, but I don't use it in my regular everyday cooking. I try to use the healthier oil,
Okay.
but I have it for backup for when you're
Okay.
frying a bunch of fish or something.
And I also put down a toasted sesame oil. And we're not saying that these are all the oils you have to have, but these are some of the oils that I have in my pantry right now, especially the olive, the avocado, and the coconut. I have all those. And we'll get to the next part of that. Did you list any vinegars down?
I just wrote vinegar, the word vinegar. But yeah,
Okay.
plain vinegar and, the vinegar with the the mother and the apple cider
The
vinegar.
apple cider vinegar.
White
Yeah.
vinegar in general. Yeah, I
I
just
have that one down too. And the white vinegar.
everything. There's a
Yeah.
lot of purposes for vinegar. I wrote down vinegar. We got that one the same.
I got red wine vinegar, rice vinegar, and I put down a cooking sherry.
Mm.
So now here's the great thing, guys, and this is stuff that I did research. The oils and the vinegar, especially your white vinegars and your apple cider vinegars, coconut oil, olive oil, all of that has a dual purpose. It doesn't have to just sit in your pantry and wait for you to cook or bake with it, right?
Hmm.
You can take olive oil, um, an essential oil, and what was the other one? There's another one more ingredient, and you can make your own homemade furniture polish using that oil.
Oh,
Vinegar, it's vinegar. So you can take vinegar, olive oil, and an essential oil, mix it together, put it in a spray bottle, and you can use it to dust your furniture polish.
that's neat.
So just by doing that and making your own, you're already cutting the cost out of furniture polish, right? Because if those are staples in your pantry, then there's a dual purpose for all of those. So that's what I kind of look for when I put things in my pantry. Coconut oil, the one I use that not just in cooking, but I use it to make my facial scrubs with, my sugar scrubs with, that type of thing. Hey, welcome in Marketplace Boutique.
Hello, hello.
So there's the oils and dual purpose. I'm sure you guys can probably go Google something and find another oil. Canned goods. What do you have for K? Did you write canned goods
I
down
didn't.
underneath
I
there?
didn't. I didn't write down canned goods at all. I thought of it, but I didn't write it down. But it. Oh, I did write tomato sauce.
Exactly. I did too.
I did. Number 9. That's right. Tomato sauce. I did. I just wrote tomatoes because I use tomato sauce for a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And it's actually one of the few canned goods that Dr. Gundry does not demonize using. So
Oh, okay.
I have some home canned too, but I do uh purchase it. But hopefully I'll be able to put some up myself this year.
Yeah. I
So
have canned tomato sauce as well as my not just what I can, but that's my stockpile back there, right? I have here's my can list. Tomato sauce, you already said. I have crushed tomatoes. I have chicken stock and vegetable or beef stock, whatever you prefer.
I have all of that. Hmm.
Peanut butter or nut butter, and I always have canned or some type of dry beans in the pantry.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I try
whether it's
that too.
whether it's kidney beans, black beans, pinto beans, whatever that is, right?
Hmm.
So there's some more. All right. Do you have any grains listed?
I wrote down rice and pasta. I put
Me
rice
too.
pasta. You can make your own pasta, but I do have some here. I've been trying to use the Bonza, which is the chickpea pasta, but I have some regular
Yes.
pasta too. Because sometimes when daughter's here, I'll make regular things. And then
Right.
during the week, I try to stay Monday through Friday on my healthy eating plan. And then on the weekends, when daughter's here, sometimes we might have something else. So
Yeah.
I try to keep my spaghetti and all my different shapes of pasta.
Yep.
Yep. And then rice. I try to keep rice here. Hello, my wild home. Welcome in.
Welcome in. Yeah, tomato sauce is just versatile. You can use it in so many different recipes. That's what's so
Yep.
great.
I
Hey,
make
Christy
pizza sauce.
Betts, welcome in.
I make my own pizza sauce with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super easy. And those are the things we're gonna do. Under grains, I also listed old-fashioned oats.
Oh,
Old,
that's a good one.
old-fashioned oats because again, you have those oats. You can make breakfast with it. You can do cookies with it. And I did put down an orzo or a quinoa because those are two things that I do have. in my pantry. I don't buy it regularly because I don't cook it a lot. I'm the only one who eats it.
Yeah,
So,
I stay stocked on oatmeal. I don't eat oatmeal by itself, but my husband does. But I
okay.
keep the oatmeal stocked for baking, like cookies and granola
Yeah.
bars and cookie bars and things like that.
Yeah. Yep. And you can even take the oats and you can um, put it in your blender or food processor. If you need any flour, then you'll have an oat flour that you can substitute something for. So it's very versatile, and that's the thing. I'm as I was thinking of all of this, like what do I use that can be used in other recipes or substitute for something? Heather, I want to do the same thing. So do you have a grinder? And if so, Heather, can you tell me what grinder you use? Because I've been looking at the Nutrimill one. Can you believe they were completely out of stock on those when I went to look at them?
Yeah, I can actually.
All right.
Other
You
people are thinking the same thing, I think. The word is getting out, that
Thanks, Jamie.
it's certainly all over YouTube that
Yes.
our food quality has gone down.
Oh yeah.
We even talked about this on the Hillbilly Chicken Ranches live earlier. They talked about the poor food quality on name brands and store brands.
Absolutely.
So, you know,
Absolutely. Good idea. Yep. I do those. I'm doing a healthy the healthy snack things with Not for Nothing collaboration. I'll have a video coming out on April 9th on that one.
yes,
So yeah.
I've gotten the items for my
Yeah.
recipe for that as well.
See, good. Yep. Um um I think this is just really good. I don't know. Are you enjoying this? Are you I don't know, anything new for you guys that you're learning so far or just making you think about a few things? Let us know. All right, Gail, do you have a category there you want to share? I don't want
I didn't really put mine in
to.
categories, but
Okay.
mine are, I'm marking them out as we get the ones that are similar. And so far I've had one in each of the categories,
Okay.
maybe slightly different from yours. I also wrote down powdered milk.
That's
This
a really great one.
shelf milk or powdered milk because I
Love
make
that.
my own powdered ranch dressing, and it's a healthier way,
Yes.
and it doesn't add all those additives in it. So I started making my own powdered ranch, my own taco seasoning. Last year, I even added my own Italian dressing, powdered Italian dressing. So now I have three of those dry recipes, and you can avoid all those preservatives. You know exactly what you put into it, and I can use my home dehydrated dill that I grew last year in the yard.
Awesome. Heather just posted that she has I was just going to text you too, Heather. She has a hand grinder. So, Heather, if you can find that grinder or tell me what it is, if you can just put a link there in the comments, that would be great. I'd appreciate that. I've been looking at them, that's why.
Yeah,
Now,
I would like to purchase one as well, a grinder. There's a few things I could use that for.
I don't know why I keep getting this. Yeah, so I've been trying to there are certain things that I've been purchasing. They're not very expensive things, but I want like manual appliances and then my electric appliances
Hmm.
for many different reasons. I find it very important to learn a new skill.
Hmm.
One skill, master that, and then go find a new skill. My list is to make cheese. I want to learn how to make my own cheese. I have some of the stuff here to make
Cool.
it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's something, later in the day, maybe we'll do a collaboration on like make your own cheese and just encourage
That would
everybody
be
to do that.
so cool. Yeah. I remember watching a video, and it was actually a man that was making it. And I was like, oh, that's super interesting. You know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it was a gardening channel that I follow, and I was like, "Huh, that's really interesting." And that's the one video I remember watching was it a man making cheese. So I was like, "Oh, that's
Exactly.
cool." And I wasn't going out of my way to watch that. That just happened to be their content that they were putting up at the time. I was like, "Oh, this is cool." What
Yes.
process? I bet it was really good.
Yep. So my sister, who's in Southern California, guys, she's talking about how the produce goes bad so fast anymore that it doesn't last. And Blue and her are talking, and like Blue, that's my concern too, is that fact one, produce goes bad so fast, but also people not knowing how to preserve their own food. I have to, I don't know, maybe I have shared this with y'all, but there was a day I was in my shop when I had my brick and mortar, and this young lady walks in, and I said, "Oh, well, if you can't eat all that, you can go ahead and freeze it." And she looked at me like I was giving her an algebraic equation, because she's like, I don't know how to do that. And like my heart literally sunk, like, how do you not, here's what you, and I had to explain to her that she needed to go buy foil or a plastic wrap and wrap it up really good, stick it in a bag, a Ziploc bag, and put it in the freezer. She goes, "That's it?" And I said, "That's all you have to do to freeze something. Just make sure it's wrapped really good, because it will get freezer burnt eventually, you know?" But yeah,
Right.
but that was my first thought, going, what generation is being raised not to understand how to freeze something, right?
I know. What? Yeah.
That's, I and we can go back, because how many of you here went to school and had to take home economics, and you learned how to cook and measure and do all that stuff, and then the guys did too, and then later in the year after the semester, like, you went over to wood shop class, and the guys had to go to home economics class, and you had to learn those skills. I
Yeah.
mean,
I did not take home ec, but my mom taught me how to make. I probably, when I left home, I probably knew how to make about 5 dishes when I left home. That's
yeah.
it. But I would call my mom on the phone and I'd be like, "Okay, how long do I bake this baked potato for?" And she'd be like, "You poke it with a fork and you add foil and you leave it in the oven for, because I don't even know if I had a microwave." But anyway, and so I learned how to do that. But my husband was at my mother-in-law's, and it's like he didn't know how to bake a baked potato, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" I was
Well,
laughing because he was trying to help his mother, and here my husband doesn't know how to bake a baked potato. I'm like, "Oh my god!" But he's old like me, so how does he not
well,
know? But anyway, okay. I guess that means he's very well taken care of if he doesn't
right,
even know how to bake a potato.
right. So Jamie, doesn't Jamie live in Maryland? Am I correct?
I think so.
Yeah, we talked about that. So Jamie, here was my concern. So here's the thing, Jamie. We all know how horrible the bridge was hit and taken down, right? Baltimore is one of the biggest ports for goods, right? What happens to all those goods that are sitting out there trying to get in? They have to be rerouted somewhere. And in a broken chain already, it's now more broken because those goods can't come directly out or go out to other countries. And I don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, the prices just keep getting higher and higher and higher.
Yeah.
Just like the gas. Now, I know my gas is not like my sister pays in California, but gas has gone up a good 20 cents. It's like 3.54 now here in Virginia, where a week ago it was a 3, maybe 3.29 or 3.39 for 87, and now it jumped 20 cents in a week. So anyhow, we won't get onto that, because that can spin off into a political conversation that I don't want to
Yeah.
get into. But
Exactly.
anyhow, I have the next category as baking, and I actually put powdered milk under that category for me.
Okay. Yeah. Powdered milk.
I thought that would be good because
There's a lot of
I
good uses for powdered
I
milk.
used to use it. I used to keep it on hand all the time, and I don't know why I stopped.
I'm currently out of it, but I'm very aware that I'm out of it and I need it because I want to make some more. I want to go ahead and use up all the dehydrated dill that I have from last year by making
Okay,
a big half-gallon mason jar full of powdered ranch dressing for myself, and that'll last me a while. And then I'll end up probably dehydrating more because I already have 3 dill up already. So I know I'm going to have more dill this year. So I need to use up the dill from last year.
gotcha. McKay has a question. What is the best powdered milk to get? I'll tell you, I've always just bought like a store brand powdered milk and never had a problem with it. So I'm sure you can probably find an organic if you're more comfortable buying an organic powdered milk. I'm sure it's out there, but honestly, I've never had a problem with a store brand powdered milk. Just so you know, and I use it. I've made Christmas gifts using the powdered milk in a coffee mix that I've make. So yeah, thanks for the question, McKay. Um, Gail, do you use store brand too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I do.
Yeah. So baking, what do you have under baking? Probably the same as I do.
Baking powder, your baking powder, baking
Yep.
soda, sugar, because sugar is the very first item they ran out of in the Depression. So we need to make sure we have sugar. And sugar is one of those things that it gets old and it'll still work. Get your ice pick out and crunch it down. It's still going to be sugar. It's still going to taste the same. You can buy lots and lots of, I bought a 10-pound thing of sugar. My mom's like, "Why'd you buy such a big one?" I don't want to run out. Oh, I just
Yeah.
run out.
Look at Blue's comment on the powdered milk I put up. So she's very careful about what she uses with it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I got baking soda too and powder.
Yep. And I said sugar.
Yep. I got
Um,
flour.
yep, I have flour. I use regular flour, but I also use almond flour
Me too.
and um, like tapioca flour and cassava
Yes.
flour because I try
Yes.
to eat some gluten-free type things, try to
Yeah.
cut down on the bread. And so I have multiple flours. I have regular flour and a cup and about 2 or 3 other kinds of flours.
Yeah. So
3
I do too. I have a coconut flour, an almond flour, a gluten-free flour. I have an unbleached flour, but I do not have bread flour because I I don't feel the need to have a bread flour. A lot of people may think differently, but I just I don't have it. It's not
It's funny because my husband isn't overly into cooking, but one of the things he likes to make is bread. And he actually likes the bread making flour. So I actually have a whole container of
Do
it.
you really?
He has I put it in a half-gallon mason jar and I keep it on hand
Okay.
because he has his grandmother's old-fashioned bread making machine and he likes to make bread in there sometimes. So I keep it for him specifically.
Very I do have self-rising flour. Self-rising flour. Hey, Dee's
These garden
Garden Adventure.
adventures. Hello, hello.
Self-rising flour because that 2 ingredient biscuit recipe that I make, it's self-rising. I don't have to add anything. Everything's in there, and it's a 1, 2, 3 biscuit. So that's that's one of the reasons why I like it. I also make a pizza dough. My sister's tried it. It's a healthier pizza dough because it uses plain yogurt, like a Greek yogurt. So yes, and you just need self-rising pizza dough.
That's awesome.
So I am looking into maybe getting I wanna master gluten-free baking bread and gluten-free sourdough bread. That's the one thing I want to learn how to do because
Yeah, I'd like to
I
get
need to
a
go back.
recipe for something
I'm
like that.
supposed to be gluten free. That's the problem, and I'm not.
I need
I'm
to send
supposed
you
to
a
be.
couple of my recipes because
I would love that.
I have a gluten-free, it's a grain-free cracker. And then I have a gassava, like a Brazilian cheesy bread. It's like these rolls, and it's out of some of those other kind of flours. So those are two of the basic breads that we use when like I say, I'm kind of falling on and off, but
Right.
it's there. I have the stuff. So, but anyway, last night I wanted a snack, but I didn't want to eat anything bad. So I made up a batch of those grain-free crackers and cut them up, and we ate them as snacks. We ate it
That
as
sounds. I would like to try those. So if you can,
yeah. I can
um,
send you a video on that.
please. Oh yeah, you should. I also have yeast down because we
Yep,
know what happened
I have
during.
yeast. Uh huh.
Uh-huh. And then I have light and dark brown sugar.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't kill the messenger, people. Just saying. Corn syrup. There's corn syrup. I just think I know it's not the best anymore, like the Caro syrup, but that syrup, along with molasses, those two can come together. You can make your own maple syrup if you need to, you know.
Yep.
So, and then I put like vanilla extract, almond extract down.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to keep some of those things on hand too for baking, for cookies
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And even some of my smoothies, I'll add a little flavor. If I
right.
get tired of a flavor, I'll add a little bit of another kind of flavor.
Look
My
at that. Look at that. Rob says, never heard of corn syrup.
Oh wow. Huh.
Yeah. Well, it's in a lot of our food and it's not the best for you, but I mean, maybe at one point in time the way it was processed is different than it is now. But my grandma used to carry, and a lot of the her recipes that I have in baking calls for corn syrup. And some of the Amish and Mennonite cookbooks also call for corn syrup as well. So you can use it to make fake syrup if you have like a what is it called? The extract, right? The maple extract flavoring.
Mhm.
So it is it
I bet
it
it
is
is different in the
the
UK.
UK is different. Yep.
Mhm.
Um and also if you did not know, you can always use if you have molasses in your pantry and you need brown sugar, just use your regular sugar and a little bit of molasses, mix it together, and there's your brown sugar. So
Yeah.
there's a dual purpose for having molasses on hand too. So, and my Amish friends say their blackstrap molasses that they use, they will take it by the spoonful or because they say it's supposed to help the heart. I've never heard of that one, but I was like, okay,
I've heard that about olive oil.
yep.
Hello,
D
Larry.
started a venture. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. Last year, my husband's uncle came to visit, and I had a whole half-gallon mason jar full of salt. And he acted like I was the craziest prepper he had ever seen in his life. But I think I had a smaller mason jar, but I had used that, and so I was at the point of using that one. It was next in the line.
Yep.
And I know he thought I was crazy, but if your refrigerator doesn't work, you're going to need to salt your meat. You're going to need to salt your food. Salt is important. And your
I
body
have a
does
ton
need.
of canning salt up there.
So, yeah, salt. I think salt's important. I wrote salt down. I try to stay stocked up on salt. I take it out of the paper container, pour it into mason jars to make it last longer. I also do that with my spices. I put my spices in glass.
Yeah, Heather, to your comment about the extracts, it's no different than making your own vanilla. So if you want to make a lemon extract or an orange extract, take the peels, put them inside a jar and add vodka to them and shake it up and let it sit for a couple of months.
The thing is, I don't trust the peels from the grocery store. So I would want something I knew was grown better. Otherwise, I might as well just buy what the store has. I mean, if I can't get a non-pesticide orange, then what's the point of using the orange if it's full of stuff that,
Right. Well, if you buy organic, like if you buy the organic. So like
yeah,
I have the vanilla beans. I have so much vanilla I've made and it's been sitting a year and a half now.
yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I'll probably give more away as Christmas gifts this year as that time comes on. Um so yeah, I think I then put down, you're going to think I'm crazy, girl. Seasonings. You already said salt.
Yeah, yeah. If something happens, literally, okay, this is crazy. But if we have to literally end up eating birds that we catch and squirrels and things in our yard, we're going to want some seasoning for those things. They're not going to taste too good without some seasoning, right? So you need some seasonings for these, And I'm a strong believer. This is just my own opinion.
Uh-huh.
If you take it out of the plastic container, put it in a glass container, you've now made it last forever. I don't throw my seasonings away. I don't do that. It's going to lessen the flavor, but it's not
Yes.
going to go bad. It's not going
Right.
to make you sick.
Mine are all in
Throw away
mason
your
jars.
seasonings. Combine them into jars,
Yeah.
out of the plastic, or buy them in the glass jars. But yeah, I
Heather
need.
needs more vodka.
Okay, we're extra.
Sorry, Heather.
Yeah,
Yep, I have salt. I have salt, pepper,
yeah.
crushed red peppers down,
Mhm,
cinnamon,
mhm.
parsley, oregano, chili powder, cumin, garlic, cilantro, thyme, and basil for all my seasonings.
Those are good ones. I have all of those. I have way more
Right? See?
seasonings now than I had before I started YouTube because I'm always constantly trying recipes, so I have to buy new seasonings. So I
I
have
bet.
lots of lavender extract. That'd be neat.
Yep.
You totally do that,
All
Heather.
right, Heather, go ahead and make it and do a video and then
Go
teach us.
for it.
Come on, Heather.
I have lavender growing outside, so yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
have condiments. Do you have any condiments down there?
I did not write down any condiments, but I am a strong believer in trying to keep some condiments around.
Me
I'm
too.
actually, let me see. Let me get a visual.
Hi, Rudy. Welcome in.
I'm going to get a visual real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, and Blue says to buy the spices in whole varieties, then they can last longer on the shelf. Yeah, like the peppercorns and stuff like that. And the anise seed I buy, mustard seeds, right? Nutmeg, yes. Thank you for that one. Nutmeg.
So, because I'm always, trying to watch what I eat and what I put into my body, I've come across this guy called G. Hughes, and I know you can make your own ketchup, and I may try that someday, but this is
I've done it and we'll never do it again.
sugar-free ketchup.
Yeah, nice.
Comes in a glass jar too.
Yes.
So
Don't you
that's
kind of don't you kind of marvel how we used to be like, let's okay, I'm gonna do a
and
little rant here,
this,
friends.
they also have barbecue sauce, hickory
Nice.
barbecue sauce, and I
Very
love the
nice.
flavor of it. Matter of fact, this is what hubby thinks it's supposed to taste like now. I've used it that long.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
That's awesome.
So I strongly endorse those products because they're sugar free. You know,
You should do a nice video and using their products and tag them in it.
yeah,
You
totally.
should.
I should. And those are the two products I use, but I need to look and see if there's more.
Yeah,
But
they do keep a
I'm
very
trying
long
to
time.
put good food. I know I'm going to eat some bad stuff sometimes, but I try to put some good food in my
Right.
body. And these items might cost more money because they're in a glass jar and they're sugar free, but I don't want to be putting bad stuff in my body. I'm going to try my best to eat what I
Yeah.
think I should be having. I also wrote down cocoa powder because I use it a lot. Like I make shakes with it. I use it for for that
I
chocolate
have that too. I didn't put that in there. Cocoa.
that you're craving.
Yes.
Literally today, I went to make my homemade iced coffee,
Oh,
and I put cocoa powder in it because cocoa powder, if you get the right one, it's good for you and it tastes like chocolate.
yes.
So you get
I,
your chocolate fix without having something bad put into your body.
yeah. Blue, thanks for all the good information. I thought we were going to get thunderstorms, Jamie, too, but apparently it's not raining and it's starting to break. Who knows? Maybe some will come through.
Pumpkin time.
I'll pull it up on here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I worked a little bit on my compost outside, but that's all the gardening I did today.
Yeah.
I was listening to, I was doing things around the house and talking on the phone. And, usually if I'm on the phone and I'm talking to you, I'm doing something at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm not usually sitting down talking to you. So if you hear stuff, that's me running
No,
around
I
doing
know.
things.
Jamie, I know. I was telling Gail, we've had nonstop rain here, and although I'm thankful for the moisture because we were in such a drought. Um, and we did. My son and my husband, they laid grass seed and then they put grub killer out there because we had some grubs out there, and so they did that. So the rain's helpful for that. But be safe if you got storms coming, and if you have to go, we certainly understand. But thanks for being here. Um, what is the other one that we have to do? Now I know that. Um, oh, we talked about. Did we write condiments? I wrote ketchup, mustard, mayo, and I don't eat mayo, but just because to have it right.
Yeah,
Um, hot sauce. I don't do soy sauce. I do a coconut aminos. That's a substitute
I
that's
know. I want
healthier
to
for
try the
you.
coconut
It's very
aminos.
good. It's very good, Gail. I promise you. Honey, maple syrup, molasses, and Worcestershire sauce. Those are those are my condiments that I like to keep in my pantry.
I like
Um,
teriyaki sauce. I need to find out how to
yeah,
make my own because
I
they
know,
don't
right?
they don't have a lower salt version of that. They do soy sauce, but not of teriyaki. So I need to figure out how to make my own. I have
Yeah,
no
yes,
idea
Rudy.
how that happens. Hello, Rudy.
It's 2:44. Thank you for letting us know. We appreciate you. How about produce? What are now we know, guys, okay, first of all, we know you can't keep produce around unless you freeze dry it, dehydrate it, or you're canning it. But what are the staples that you always have?
Onions. I always have onions. I buy my onions in a bag of red onions. I buy that and I use that and I buy it twice a month. Now I do have some onions growing in the yard, so I will use
Mhm.
those when they're ready. But
Me too.
I have to have my red onions.
I was at the store today and I was down at Harris Teeter and I was looking at the red onions because red onions are my favorite onion. Um,
Mine too.
when I don't eat it anymore, but when I did, it was a fried bologna sandwich. It's the only time I ever used mayonnaise on a sandwich was when it was a fried bologna, and then I would slice red onion and put on there, and it was the best sandwich ever. Um,
Interesting.
guys, one red onion is $3.29 a pound at
Ooh.
Harris Teeter. Go grow your own onion. I mean,
I think I've
I
got the
just
bag at
can't.
Walmart for like $4.24, maybe for
I
a
just
bag.
can't do that. I do have onions and peppers in there. Onions are one of my staples that I always have to have.
I cook with them a lot. I even put them on my pizza.
Yeah,
Pizza, fajitas, taco. Even when I make tacos, I caramelize my onion and we eat it on our tacos.
yeah.
I
Share. That's
love
because
onion.
everything is so seasonal where I live in Virginia. And Jamie will testify to that. Once the season comes in of produce, then you're not gonna have the prices that high.
Bye,
Hey,
Susan. Thank you for
no, we're glad you're here, Susan. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Carrots, potatoes, peppers, and garlic are like things I love to have.
Oh, I always have carrots too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoop, my microphone's falling.
I like it for salads, and I also like to make carrot cake muffins. I have a
Yeah.
good recipe for that too. I need to send you
What is it?
a healthy carrot cake muffin
I
recipe.
won't eat it.
You won't eat it?
No.
You don't like carrot cake
Ugh.
stuff?
Ugh. No. No.
Hmm.
My mom used to make carrot cake a lot. I don't know if my sister remember. I like the frosting because she put a cream cheese frosting on it, and that was
Yeah.
about the only thing I would eat of it.
Well, this doesn't have frosting on it because it's supposed
Healthy.
to be healthy, but yeah.
Well, maybe Rob will want the recipe. My
Yeah.
sister, see my sister, neither does she.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
McKay loves carrot cake. You know, I just
I don't make a whole cake. I just got
yeah,
this recipe in my Plant Paradox cookbook, and I made
right.
that as one of my healthy things that I can have.
So
Healthy dessert slash breakfast snack that I can have. So
I don't know about you, but I I truly got a lot. Nuts is a good one. I really got a lot out of this today. There's some really great
I have some
comments.
ideas that go along with this. I'll text you about later. As
Please
we were
do.
talking, I thought of some more things that could
That's
go.
what happened to me today when I was dusting. I'm like, I gotta let Gail know.
Yeah, and then as we were talking today, I thought of a of another idea that kind of goes along with this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll
I
text.
mean, you could probably put some type of a nut in your pantry shelf. I personally do not like the texture of nuts in my food. I think that's
Yeah,
just not okay. I just that, but that's me. So
yeah, I have a mason jar that has some mixed nuts in it. I could use for muffins or even to put on salads. So
yeah. And remember, friends, if you're not canning, you can make a lot of this last longer if you do put it in mylar bags or something with an oxygen absorber or
mason jars.
mason jars
Do you know you
put
can
the
make cookies or
yeah,
crackers last
yeah,
a long time or
yeah,
cereal by
yeah,
putting them in glass with a lid? Eh, No more stale cereal, no more stale crackers, no more stale cookies. Put
right.
them in a jar with a lid and they'll stay good a lot longer. You can go back 2 months later, it's still going to taste good. So if you're one of those that forgets things and they get stale, get yourself some nice mason jars and start putting stuff in them.
Jamie, I didn't know you were on IG. Are you under Jamie's Country Living? Because that's I'm on IG as well.
I'm on IG as well. I think I'm
What?
under Gail's Southern Living. Mhm.
Oh well, Jamie, if it's lightning, maybe you should not be on. I don't know. Okay, I'll look for you, Jamie, on IG. I'm under my first and last name, Tina Lovelace. So
I got another joke for you.
okay, Gail's got another joke for us, guys.
How do you make an apple turn over? Push it downhill. I had wrote down my three, and then hubby sent me those, so I had a little extra.
Wow. Jamie, I hope you're feeling better too. Do you have anything more you want to add?
Mm, well,
How many of you learned
well, the
something?
recipes. What about talking about the recipes thing?
We will. Hey, Jan, how many of you learned something new or said, hey, I think I'm going to put that in my pantry off of
Put
the
one in
things
the
that,
chat if you
off
heard
of the
something.
things Gail and I talked about? If you're going to add something new or learn something new, like Gail said, put a one in the chat. Wherever you're at watching, let us know. Good, McKay.
That's awesome.
Aw, Jamie, we love
Thank
you.
you, Jamie.
Thank you. I missed you on Monday. Did you have a
Yeah,
chat
I
Monday?
looked for your chat. I didn't see it, so thank you, Jamie.
Yep. Thank you.
I looked for your chat. I didn't see it. I said, well, maybe she's having an off day. Thank you, Jan. Were you going to talk about the recipes thing, or are you just going to wait for next week?
Yeah, you want to talk about it? We have time.
Um, so Tina had the idea that we would come on here and share some recipes. So we thought we could type up the recipe in the description box where you can go back and look for the recipe, or we could also call it out and you could write it down. So what do y'all think? In the description box, or call it out, or both? So one or the other, or both? What do
Yeah,
y'all?
and it's going to be off of some of the pantry items that we talked about today. Just like, so, we always I think, end our thing like what's for dinner type of thing. And I think that would be a good time. Then we can, okay, we'll call it out. Everybody says call it out, and we'll do both. Call it out in description box.
Okay.
And if I can figure out how to use like a QR code, I could always have them, they can use the QR code and get the,
and also, if you've done that recipe on a video already, you can also include that in the description box. So
and if you do, then tag us if you use that recipe, because we'll add it and share it out.
Any recipe I share, you are more than welcome to put that out as a video if you are a YouTube creator. I have no problem with that. No problem.
So our goal is to try and just help everybody get a little more creative with what we have in our pantry. That's the bottom line, and not be wasteful. I cleaned my refrigerator out. But
I started that this morning.
I was really upset with myself seeing what I actually
all my containers, and I couldn't find any containers, and I was like, they're all in the refrigerator. So I started looking through them. Now, some of them were okay. I could recycle those to the chickens. Other ones are going to need, and I got about half of it done. And then it was like time to go live. I was literally doing that right before. So I do need to start. Okay. So I think we'll do both. We'll call out, each of us will call it out and put it in our description box. So just remember, if it's my recipe, it's going to be in my description box. If it's her recipe, it's going to be in her description box.
Yeah. Does that? Oh, good. I'm glad it's pouring rain there.
Yeah, well, that'll be good for your plants that are out. Well, I guess you don't have plants outside, do you?
Well, I have my lettuce and radishes and stuff, and all that is growing really well.
Oh, my lettuce.
See, and I direct sowed all that stuff, not like the stuff out there. I'll have to show you what has germinated. I'll have to send you a picture. But yeah, so I'm glad that everybody was here and that you learned something. I will share something. So I got a new book because my doctor suggested this to me. And I see a functional doctor because of my Lyme disease and all that. So I have a functional doctor who does both, okay? Holistic and Western medicine. So I have this new book. This is what she recommended for me. The Mediterranean. Anybody hear of that?
Sounds familiar.
So I just got this today. Oh, and I'm also going to study it and go through it. And I want to show you. So I was watching the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch the other day, and she was doing something, or beans in an Instapot. And I'll be honest, I have one, and I do not utilize my Instant Pot as much as I should.
Somebody needs to do a collaboration.
Well, here we go. Look at this.
Inspire me to use my Instapot.
Well, let me tell you how I got inspired by watching.
Never used it.
Susan, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, was using her Instapot the other day. And I was watching, I said, hey, where did you get those up on they're magnets. You can go get them off Amazon. And they're cheat sheets. Look at that. Mm-hmm. They're cheat sheets for your Instapot.
What?
Yes. And it tells you, like, if you want to make something in it, how much to put in their cupboard. Is it a quick release? Is it a natural? Whatever it is. So
that's a good idea.
I mean, it's not the recipe, but it tells you how to, cook things.
Yeah, cheat sheets will be awesome.
So my goal is to pull my Instapot out, especially like nights tonight when we have our church home group. It would be Jamie, it would be who are you afraid of, McKay?
I don't know. Is she talking about her Instapot? Maybe
Maybe.
as a joke. I don't know.
I don't know. She's like, I don't know why, but I'm scared of him.
Maybe her Instapot is a
Maybe it is
him
the
and she's
Instapot.
scared
Yeah.
of her Instapot. I don't know.
It
Anyway,
is a little intimidating,
it
right?
is a good. Well, I mean, most people are afraid of their pressure canner. I'm one of those
Well,
people, but yeah.
just do it. I mean, once you do it, it's not. Yeah. So
Oh yeah,
um
she is scared.
I'm very thankful for that cheat sheet. And that's all because of Susan's video the other day. And then she sent me the link and I'm like, nice. And I had found this and I'm like, this one, I'm going to use this one, get this one instead.
It's
Oh,
going to be hard to narrow it down to one recipe, but I'm going to do my best. I have one in mind, but you know what? If you find more than one, you can add that to the next week and the
right,
next week and the next week.
right,
Just make
right.
yourself a little note card of which ones.
Well,
And then,
now see if my sister was making videos,
yeah.
she does Instapot all the time. She's very good at it.
Oh, she should
So
totally make
she
that some
should
content for her channel. That'd be
she
awesome.
should. That's one of the things that she should do is start making Instapot videos too. And Jamie, Jamie, here's my question. So I do yogurt in mine, but it never comes out the consistency that I want. And I always forget, does the vent need to be on vent or close? I always forget which one. So that I can do. I know how to make yogurt in it.
Mm.
Yep. For chicken meals. I don't know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah. My very first video on Gail's Southern Living was a hot spice tea recipe, which is my family recipe. And it was literally going vertical. The video is still out. You can watch it almost 4 years ago. So, and we forgot to ask, what are you guys having for dinner? I'm making a ham quiche. I was going to make that the other day. We got a little distracted, but I'm going to make a ham quiche to try to use up some of the eggs I have. And we ended up eating with my mom for Easter.
Okay.
So I had some ham. So I'm going to make a ham and cheese quiche, and it's also going to have onion in it, my red onion. And so that's what we're having for dinner tonight, ham quiche.
So I started and it's taken my taste buds some time to adjust to it. I'm trying to cut not all because I love beef. So I'm never going to get rid of beef, but I am cutting back of it and using some ground turkey now.
I do
And
sometimes too, ground turkey. I don't have any currently in my pantry,
right.
but I need to add some.
Yeah. So we were at Costco because I was sick. I needed to go. We had a rough weekend here, but we didn't get to run the errands that we needed to run over the weekend. So I had to go to Costco the other night and, I bought some ground turkey. Now I made turkey burgers last night for me.
Good Marketplace Boutique.
What is it? Yeah, that sounds good. Gosh, if I could just sounds very good. But I don't know what to make. I didn't pull anything out today. So I will be honest, I have chicken nuggets as a last resort for them tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pop them in my air fryer and be done with it.
Let me show you what my easy meal is when I don't want to cook.
Please do.
To you.
So yeah, pork chops. Hey, tuna salad sandwiches and a veggie of some sort. Yeah, I'm gonna do something. I may whip myself up like use the turkey meat and do maybe like a taco or something for me. And then the men, I will do like a chicken nugget.
I usually use the one that has like the Canadian bacon on it.
Yeah, but you can add Canadian bacon.
I actually wanted to try this chicken one just for something different. I hope it's not spicy. But this is my easy meal that I make, like if we have a church thing or something going on, or I'm invited on a live. It's a cauliflower pizza, cauliflower crust. Now I usually use the machetta one. I guess that's how you say it. But this one's buffalo style chicken. But I just picked a
That
different
sounds
one
good.
to try. Hopefully we like it. But hey, I'm gonna leave it like it is for now and see. I mean, I could always, yeah, you can always add stuff, but I'm
Right.
gonna try it like this just to see if it's any good. And usually when I usually do this on Sundays or save it for a night when I'm really busy.
Yes.
And sometimes I'll add like a salad with it.
Yeah.
We'll have
Yeah.
2 pieces and then a salad. This is my easy night meal.
Awesome. Hey, our treasured home, welcome in. Glad you could make it. Hey, let's see. I think Jan was already here. Jan, I almost called you out again. I was like, "Hey, Simply Jan," but I caught myself. You're like, "You're
Honey,
already
yeah.
there." What is your first name, our treasured home?
Nancy.
Nancy. Okay, I'll try and remember that so I can say, "Hey, Nancy." Um, yeah, so that will probably be it. I'm gonna go through and just ground up that ground turkey.
Well,
And
there's
that's,
nights like that when you need your easy stuff,
yeah, but
You
I
need
will just do tacos tonight. Just like have 2 tacos with lettuce and tomato on it and
Mhm.
salsa and be done. And
That's
then,
what we had yesterday was tacos.
did you?
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Yep.
It sound easy. Taco Tuesday. And
Yeah.
then tonight we usually have stir fry or barbecue chicken. It's on the menu. But since it's kind of a free for all night, I decided to throw the quiche in so I could use up the ham
Yeah.
and the eggs. So I did it according to the menu where I could throw it in on a free for all kind of
So
night.
do you menu plan your meals or for a week or?
Yeah, I try to eat that. Now like I say, I've fallen on and off the wagon, but I'm trying to eat that. So, and
Yeah,
one day on here, maybe I can share my menu with you guys and tell you kind of
yeah.
what's in there. You kind of have some basics of it, but
Oh,
it's
Jamie, it's the easiest thing that you'll ever make. The quiche, Jamie's never made a quiche. It's so easy, Jamie. You
ooh, I
just got
should
to get
send
the
you a
pie
recipe
crust.
for that.
You can buy a pie crust or you can make your pie crust. You
Hmm.
and decide what filling you want to add in with the eggs. Ham, cheese, spinach, tomato, whatever, onion, whatever you want.
Yep, I
And then
love.
you add like cream or half and half with it and pour it together and put
Mhm.
it in yeah, it's that easy.
So good. So good. I'm so looking forward to it. But I wanted to wait until it kind of fit into the menu because I'm trying to eat the menu this
Of
week in
course.
order.
Of
And so
course.
I'm like, well, free Wednesday's free wacky Wednesday. That's what I can call it. It's kind of like the free for all.
Right.
So and then on Thursday night we usually have chicken Caesar salad.
Oh, yum.
So and
That sounds
Friday
good.
we do fish because fish and Friday just kind of go together.
Yeah, Jamie, you should. It's really easy.
Yeah.
There's times
I can send you
um,
a recipe, Jamie, if you want
I'll
one.
make it for like church on Sunday morning, and then what's left over, I'll wrap them up in individual pieces and then freeze and then pull out maybe during the week.
One of
For
my
like a
favorite
breakfast.
recipes last year was a breakfast quiche I made for
Yes. Yeah.
Luann's collaboration with the pie.
Okay.
Instead
Okay.
of making a dessert pie, I made a breakfast pie.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Do you have a video on that?
I do. I do have a video on that.
Okay.
I might have to add that to my list to share on here. That would be good.
Yeah,
I'm proud
absolutely.
of that recipe. It was really good.
Absolutely. Yeah, tomatoes. I broke down. I was at Costco and I bought cherry tomatoes. Now, I've told you, the cherry tomatoes in the store, I have been gagging on them. There's something just off. But I bought these at Costco and you can smell the tomatoes. Like they smell like a tomato, right? And hey, Alfonso, welcome in.
Kyle.
And when I tasted it, I was like, wow, this tastes like a tomato. This is good.
I can't
So
wait for my own
me too.
tomatoes from the yard. And I would really love to get another grow light and grow and find some kind of a dwarf tomato to grow under my grow light in the winter so I don't have to eat any store-bought
I
tomatoes.
know.
I
Jamie, I
tried
don't
to
like
do it.
store-bought tomatoes at all.
I
But
mean, I wash them with warm water. I'm literally rubbing my hands all over the thing, trying to make sure I can get whatever I can get off of it. And I'm still feel like I'm not getting everything off of it because
we
I'm
are
like,
having a blessed day. Thank you.
yeah,
We are. Hey, P&J, thank you so
yeah,
much for being here. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the live. I think, like I said in the beginning, Gail and I were just trying to find the right niche for us and niche or whatever you want to call it to do on a weekly basis. It hurts my brain to think of things sometimes,
yeah.
right? My brain seems to be going, but thank you so much. So, yeah, I don't know, Gail, do you have anything else to say? We've been here 1 hour and 35 minutes.
Nope, I'm good.
I am too. I think maybe we should go, huh?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Well, thank
Good to
you,
see you
P and
guys
J. I
next week.
appreciate it.
We appreciate all of you guys coming in, and thank you to anyone who's watching this also on the replay. Thank you so much, replay
Yes.
team. We appreciate all of you. We're both working on watch hours, and our hours are doing really good. And my mom wants to thank you to all of you guys who've helped with the watch hours. She wanted me to say thank you. So thank you guys.
Yeah, and thank you for those who are donating over to Broken Hearts Ministry.
Yes,
And
definitely.
if there's a channel that you guys like, please let me do this before we leave. Please email Gail at gailsouthernliving@yahoo.com or Tina Lovelace 45 at Gmail. Let us know. We would love to be able to give a channel a shout out.
Mhm.
So,
Yes, and if you're interested in coming in on one of these lives and sitting in and talking with us, if you'll email us, we can. I
yep.
don't know. I don't know if that's what you exactly just said, but
Yeah, we'd love. I My goal is to get my sister up here, so everybody tell her to get up here. That would be tell his
yeah,
treasure.
definitely.
So, um, yeah, we're ready to go. So, hang around in the in the back really quick. I'll talk to you for a moment.
Okay.
All right, we'll see ya, everybody. Be blessed. Have a great day. Stay
Bye,
safe out
everybody.
there. Bye bye.